America. What is the future of this nation? I am Richard Boyk. Today, I would like to share my thoughts about elections with an emphasis on consequences. As you listen, I ask that you think about America and where we are going as a nation, as a society. Who is responsible for taking us in the current direction? And is that the direction we want to go? I cannot help but think about the word consequence and what it means to me and what effect it has on us. The action of walking down a flight of stairs can produce a consequence of safety or injury depending on how careful we are. No matter what action we take, there should be a consequence. Sadly, this is not true. We have treated our politicians as if they were royalty and not as the average citizen they are. Special consequences for politicians and others must stop. Today, there are many causes that politicians fight for, fight against, or do nothing about. Causes like defund the police, elimination of cash bail, civil disobedience, green energy. As we look at these, three of them, defund the police, elimination of cash bail, and civil disobedience, all have basically the same negative consequences. Increase in crime, fewer police, increase in repeat offenders, major crimes being committed by those that should be in custody, no incentive to obey any law, property damage, no respect for the law or law enforcement. Green energy also carries some negative consequences, some, depending on the path taken, consequences like high energy prices, reliant on other countries for oil, needed materials must be mined, disposal of old equipment, national security, lacking technologies. All four causes have the potential of having positive consequences as well, which would consist of looking at data for true facts and cost, discussion on available options, needed technologies, implementation schedules. One of the major problems I have with politicians is that they will look at an issue and base their support on whether the issue can help get them reelected. They do not look at the consequence of their action. They do not consider the effect it will have on America or the world. They are more interested in their base and their party than in America itself. For the most part, they have no moral or ethical values and no principles to live by. As I have mentioned in previous podcasts, our Congress is ineffective, polarized, and out of touch with the American people. So, where is the consequence for not doing their job? Why do we keep voting for the same candidates or parties year after year? At a certain point, we can no longer blame the politicians. The voters are the ones that should be blamed because the voters are not holding politicians and others accountable. When things are not going well or not as expected, one of the first things done is to fire the manager. The action we take, choosing and voting for a candidate, also has consequences. A consequence that affects not just the voter, but the nation and its future. We need to hold politicians accountable and see that out-of-touch politicians pay the consequence of defeat. This election, like all elections, are critical in many ways. National security or open borders, capitalism or socialism, justice or injustice, a government for the people or a government for the powerful. I invite you to my next podcast where I will continue to express my thoughts on the 2022 election. Thank you for watching or listening, and please subscribe to my podcast and share this with your friends. May God bless you, your family, and this country.